I had no choice, afraid that they will hit me or abuse me, so I agreed to marry a Chinese man.
A recent Global Slavery Index report estimates that around 83,000 people in Cambodia are currently trapped in various forms of modern-day slavery. In fact, the U.S. Department of State has ranked Cambodia a Tier 3 country, the highest tier a country can be assigned in their Trafficking in Persons report. Falling prey to various forms of exploitation and human trafficking is driven by these key factors: poverty, inequality, conflict, migration, demands for inexpensive labor, and sexual exploitation. Today, a generation of young people are working hard to seek out a better future for themselves and their families. In past decades, genocide and civil war left countless Cambodian families traumatized, living in extreme poverty and vulnerable to exploitation. As the country continues to recover, many young people today are left unprotected and at risk of being exploited.
This is one of their exhibits, and I can't wait to see their new house.
For over a decade, Crossroads Cares has partnered with Ratanak International, a Christian organization that works collaboratively to be a catalyst for transformation in Cambodia.
Her Excellency, thank you.
Founding Director Brian McConaughey has witnessed how trafficking has evolved over time within the country.
Human trafficking has changed in my experience here. The area of human trafficking that first got me involved was the human trafficking of children, particularly children vulnerable to international pedophiles. The legal process, the legal structures in this country were weak after previous history of genocide. They're still rebuilding. They're doing a good job of that. I think they're working hard at that. But once we got involved in that field, we realized it was a much larger field. And this is the field that really continues today. And that's desperate young Cambodians that are trying to help their families. They're trying to get an income. They're trying to take their families out of poverty. And in that kind of desperation, they'll make all kinds of very difficult and dangerous decisions for quote-unquote jobs overseas.
Many Cambodians who migrate abroad to places like China, Thailand, or Malaysia do so illegally, using brokers because it is cheaper and faster than through formal channels. But doing so often puts them at risk of being trafficked for forced labor or sexual exploitation. This often causes a ripple effect where young children are left behind.
Many children just have been left behind, and they can survive without parents. They lost opportunity for education.
Our partner on the ground has built a trusted relationship with the Cambodian government, placing a high priority on honoring, empowering, and serving others as they work together to change policy and develop a stronger system to help eliminate trafficking.
Some of the most important work, and the work that actually excites me most, is some of the policies we've been privileged to work on and draft and see ratified and see implemented nationally that I know change thousands of lives. So once you get regulations, laws, protocols, now there's the framework. You can actually start to work with both those that have already suffered trafficking, but also those that are at risk of it.
One area where that work is critical is through the Transitional Care Project. Survivors who have escaped modern-day slavery and finally returned home to Cambodia often need time and resources to process their terrifying trafficking experience.
How does it impact you when you hear the stories of what these survivors have been through, but also the change that you see in them as they engage with, your staff here and they get that kind of support and healing help?
They feel loved, and they feel like they were taken care for here. They never feel that before. I feel like it is really joyful to me.
Well, the field we work in, basically, slavery and abuse and whatever else, that dark world, no, God's bigger than that. He's bigger than that. I have tremendous hope, and I want viewers to 100 Huntley Street to grasp the fact that this is real. We serve a God that is more powerful than that darkness.